Order and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Go ahead and open the public hearing regarding the bids for financing of the courthouse HVAC replacement project.
We got no bids.
No. We have absolutely no bids. So the way it sounds, the process is going to start over with a new publication, and letters will be sent to each one of the banks in Hardin County. And we'll retake bids on the financing at that time then. Looks like the action that will be taken on that will be set for 10 a.m. on January 18th once the
9.
Yes, at 9 a.m.
9 or 10?
9. Wait. Oh, the bids will be received by 9 a.m. on the 16th, and then the action is for 10 a.m. on the 18th. Are there any public comments? Yes.
So are they going to word this differently, or what's going to motivate them from the last letter to?
They did not receive a letter last time. It was published in the paper, but there was no individual letters sent out to the banks. They were just, the only notice they received was in the paper, which I know for a fact that at least one bank saw that. We haven't heard, or I haven't heard from any of the other banks, but so this time a personal letter will be mailed to them with more specifications of the project and where to file the bids and all of that information.
One more question.
Yes.
What guarantees the loan? What do they do to make sure it's paid, or if they don't, what guarantees the loan to who's ever loaning the money?
Well, we guarantee that just like anyone else would have to guarantee that, and so our revenues will be making the annual payments. I think the plan is for a 10-year loan, and it would be no more than $1.8 million. So any revenues from the county will go to pay that.
How was this process normally done?
The last one that I know of was secondary roads on road graders. And that one there was a notice published in the paper, and Taylor did send letters out on that, and this time that wasn't done, and I think that's what the banks were expecting, but banks didn't really contact us either as far as asking what the process was or whatever. So it's kind of an error on both parts.
Responsibility is it to set this process and do it the same all the time? It's not like you two don't have experience with this. I would just think that there would be a process that is established so these kinds of things don't happen. And was there an engineering study of this building? It is on the National Historical
Yes, that's been
Register,
done.
And that was done
Yes.
by whom?
Jody, who
Rick,
was that?
or
What was that guy? Dave Lozen from Twin Rivers Engineering is the engineer for the project.
So, you're the guy who's gonna be doing
We are the
this?
mechanical contractors.
Okay, so the mechanical contractors, hired an engineer to do that study?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yep, we have a third-party engineering company that we're working with.
But you guys don't have an independent engineer that would do that?
no.
Oh, okay, just
No.
asking things.
Renee, one of the confusing things that was in an article in the paper, comment was made that the repayment, the payment of the borrowed funds is taken out of the carryover monies, out of the ending fund balances. And a comment was made that if that was short, that there would just be tax applied for those funds, and then that would be placed into the Jody's fund or one of the other accounts. Well, according to the way you are structuring this loan, that you cannot tax for it. You cannot go out and levy additional funds to cover whatever the payment amount is every year. That all has to come out of carryover or ending fund balance monies. So I'm wondering, that was kind of a confusing statement. And so I'm wondering how you will approach that, should that problem happen. Because ending fund balance is a slippery thing. You never know for sure what it's going to be. And, you know, depending upon what your commitment is, it could be a problem. But I was surprised to see the comment that you would just simply tax for it and then add those monies to the necessary account. You can't do that, according to the code section that you're going under.
I guess, I don't know, Daryl, I would kind of
Defer that to
go
you.
to your, what did you say, Lance?
Defer that one to Daryl when you're talking code sections.
I don't think you can just tax for it. Now, if it came to the point where the county would have to then,
Stamp warrants, whatever.
well, I mean, put it before the voters to then.
So you
issue
think that at
bonds.
that time?
But I don't know,
you
I don't know what
would
comment
public-
you're referring to or who made the comment. I don't know what they meant by that or.
Well, it was covered in the Alphonse paper. And, the supervisor that's not here just simply commented, we'll just tax for it. We'll apply that to the fund that it needs to go into. I mean, that sounds great and fine.
I mean, we may
And
just,
you are gonna be taxing and levying for other needs, and that might be a way that he was thinking to build fund balance, but the law is somewhat clear that you cannot just go out and tax directly for that expenditure under this code section, I believe.
I think you're right on that. It would have to be a bond issue at that point.
Well, right, then you get into a revenue or a geo bond or something else would have to cover that, sure.
And I don't know if that's what, you know, was meant when somebody said it would just be taxed for. I don't know what that person meant.
I don't know either. I guess
Well,
I don't
the
remember that
reporter
comment, but it
would
could be.
not have gotten it wrong.
I think
Ooh.
you're doing the right thing though by going back like you're planning to and notify the vendors
Yes.
by mail and rebid it. I think that's a good process to use.
Yeah,
Bring it back.
yeah, and I think this is, I mean, I think this will be the process from here on out because due to the confusion and the lack of bids, I think that is something that evidently the banks do expect to receive that. So that will probably be the process from here on out, yes.
Limit that, those letters and so forth to Hardin County banks only, or would you go outside of the area?
At this point, we wanted to give the Hardin County banks the first option. And so we'll see what we get for bids on that. And we've done this before and got an extremely low interest rate on the greater financing. And we were pleased with that. So, and the banks, we've talked to the banks, or they knew about this ahead of time. And the ones that we did talk to, they're very interested and very appreciative that we're doing this. So, as far as revenues, I don't know if it would get to a point of where we would maybe earmark jail revenues, or we also have local option sales tax that part of those monies go into capital projects fund. And I would imagine we could use those funds to pay that too. So,
Well, if you get to that point, I mean, if you do not have
mhm.
the carryover balance, you know, your county attorney could very easily direct you on how to proceed.
Oh, yeah.
Things like that.
Yep.
And one of the things that, suggestion that Jim and I may have is that I know it's costly to use a outside source firm to put out these RFPs and to do that. But that may have simplified the process to where you would
I
have
don't-
gotten bids right away to begin with. It takes the monkey
Yeah.
off your back. It puts somebody in between you and the bidders, so if there's a hiccup, you go to those.
But I don't think that was done with the road graders either. And
I know,
I-
Renee, but you remember way back when, we always tried to use a firm because we wanted that in-between person.
but most of those were bonding, I think. We bonded.
Yeah, yeah.
Those
we
weren't-
strayed- we
those
strayed
weren't
off
loans.
into, trying to get some bank financing and got stolen greatly, remember, by the attorney in Des Moines, but
So,
good old days with John.
yeah.
Could you please define RFP,
Request for proposal.
proposals.
request for proposal?
Right. I'd also mention that you do need to, as always in budgeting, protect those carryover balances. Just so
Exactly.
you know, you don't want to get those carryover balances down to the
Nope.
point where you're in trouble. So I think you need to protect your carryover balances big time.
Exactly. I mean, even when I was in the auditor's office, that was one of the main things. And we took some beatings over that
We did,
sometimes within the county.
but we're glad we did it.
But, yeah.
Fine with that.
Not getting
And
too high or Farm Bureau come after you.
so, yeah, we did have one
We've
that
been in
was
trouble once, remember?
appealed. We had a,
We had an
Been there,
appeal.
Yep.
done that.
Right.
and we had to reduce that, and then we ended up having to tax
Yeah,
To make up.
to do that project.
exactly.
So they made us cut our fund balance, and so we ended up having to tax for it, so.
Right.
So, yep. Are there any other comments?
Just we appreciate the wisdom that's in the room today.
Well, I don't know about wisdom.
Yeah,
It's
experience.
something to do with having done that and gotten.
Been there, done that.
But we
Yep.
appreciate it nonetheless. However you got it, we appreciate
It's,
it.
it's old wisdom.
We've got a project that needs to be done. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
We did it, we put it in when we were on the board. And that
Probably
was just,
been
that was just a
20
couple of years ago.
5 years ago, probably.
2025, I think, didn't we say, Rick? 25?
19, wasn't it?
96.
96.
We were both on the board at that time.
Can't really remember that far back. But anyway.
Getting
you've got,
cloudy.
you know, you've got good company coming in and putting it in.
Mhm.
So the project needs to be done. but-
Mhm. Yep. Well, thanks for your input. Are there any other questions, comments?
Did we have any written?
Okay. We'll go ahead and close the public hearing. The next thing we have is action on a resolution. It's the proposal to take bids and for public hearing and for the direct mail solicitation to contract for the financing of the courthouse HVAC replacement system.
I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve the proposal to take the bids for the public hearing and for direct mail solicitation to contract for the financing of the courthouse HVAC system replacement project.
Okay, I'll second it. Any further discussion?
To be opened at, well, let's go 10:02 in the courthouse
Okay.
conference room.
Are you amending the resolution?
Making sure my date's right. Yes, I want to amend that too.
Where are you, Andy?
on the,
You're adopting this resolution, where are you changing?
oh, it's down here. To be opened at 10:02, but I want the bids to be received at 9 a.m.
Well, this says,
Paragraph A.
Yes.
No, it says 9. Are you changing that?
this,
No, I want the bids to be received, but to be opened.
well,
at-
this is at 10, it says 10 o'clock.
The 18th is a
Right.
Friday, so it doesn't have to be 10:02. Lance, the 18th is a Friday. so
January
just make it
16th.
10.
January 16th, didn't I say?
16th is what they're.
Oh, you originally, you guys had talked about opening the bids on January 18th.
18th, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
16th for both.
So is it gonna be the 16th or the 18th?
Received by 9 o'clock.
Received by 9 a.m. on January 16th, 2019. And the bids shall be opened at the public meeting scheduled for January 16, 2019 at 10 a.m. That works.
Mhm.
That's a Wednesday, yeah.
So no, I'm not amending it.
So it'll be at
To
10
answer your
o'clock.
question.
All right.
And if I said the 18th, I meant the 16th. So I'm glad you clarified.
Okay. All right, so it's been motion and a second. Any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
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 Lance?
Aye.
Call, please. Renee?
Aye.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No problem.
Okay, is there any other business? Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved?
I'll second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so we'll shoot
So
you
it's in,
Mhm.
just so let's say.
Yep.
Okay, all righty.
Yep.